Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to add this Busch and Muller tail light to the 125R touring bike. It's just going to sit right on that guy. The nice thing about the Busch and Muller stuff is there's these little dongles on the headlight that I can hook straight to this. The light that you see right there came with this nice wire extension. So it shouldn't be too hard to get that guy on there. There's a sensor that turns it on during the day or night. It might even know when it's stopping to be brighter. I'm not even sure how it's going to work, but we'll see after it's installed on this bike. So this bike's on the ground. So where does this light go? This light goes right here. It's going to go right on that little plate. That's it, like that. That doesn't look too bad. It's out of the way, you know, in a sense. This Busch and Muller company also makes a taillight that goes into the fender. Like you can just bolt it right to the fender. I may be doing that to the Speed Uno. What's going to happen is that this light is going to go on the Speed Uno, and I'm going to get an IQX that I can kind of mount upside down, where I can flip its mount to above and it's still facing the right way. And I'm going to mount it, you know, more forward, I think. So it's this spray area won't be hitting the light, so the water spray isn't just basically just banging against the light or dirt and everything. So yeah, so we got these little pigtails right here. I'm not sure if they're polarized or what. I'll have to look at that. The light itself shows these guys, and there's no polarity on them either. But when you look at the wire, there's a white line on it, and I think I put it so when I put that wire into here, I made it so the white wire is the one not going to the ground logo on the hub. There's a ground logo that these hubs have sometimes. Maybe it is the ground, the white one. Okay, we'll look at that one. You can kind of see the little button thing, if you can see it at all. It has a little ground logo on it. It's kind of hard to tell. I just don't have enough light. But we're going to light this bike up. So first off, I'm going to get this on here, but I gotta look for the tools I need. Okay, so all that was missing is a screwdriver. I'll just unscrew these. So these are on the inside holes of this thing. So we look at there, they can line up on the inside holes fine. On this bracket piece that's here, you can't see the actual bracket. So let's get that on there, and I'll bring it back. Okay, so it's bolted in there, screws, light, setup. So now I just gotta figure out how to route the wire all the way across everything to these little guys. So this light is intended to really work with other lights, but I gotta get the shrink wrap off of these, and that's gonna take 2 hands too. So I'll just bring you back when that's prepared. Okay, so intensively for like 10 minutes I was trying to get this shrink wrap off these. Obviously I took more shrink wrap off of this one than the other one, which is not that good, but we got more shrink wrap. That ain't the issue. So those are the little prongs for this end, and then that has the prongs right there at that end. So we have shrink wrap right here. That's not an issue. So I'll just try to get this unraveled. And yeah, it's unraveled, but we got one plug for one end, and we have to splice a plug for the other side. So that's always fun and exciting. But I guess I'll just try to route the wire and then cut it to length, because it's a good thing. There should be more of these in this bag of stuff. Yeah, there's 2 female connectors right there. So at least I got those. This is a reflector and a choke type resistor thing that kind of acts as a, if there were bulbs, not LEDs, if for some reason the bulb goes out in the front, the rear light doesn't explode. But yeah, we'll start messing with this stuff. I'll look for some zip ties and start routing this spaghetti kind of thing, string. Okay, so the wire is kind of routed. I plugged it in there. I just did a loop there. Try to wrap it so it's not on this stuff and it's not really interfering with the panniers. If I use like bungee cords, it doesn't interfere with it so much. Got it going down there. It's going actually following the brake cable. There's a center mount for most of that, just to get it to not get in the way noticeably. I think I have to tension them a little bit better. Other than that, they're there. We got it routed to here so I can still turn the handlebars and not break the wire off. And then we have this. So I gotta splice it. I'm just gonna shorten it a little bit and splice it so I can use these. It's not the easiest task, but we'll do it. Okay, so I got the connectors on. They seem to be huge compared to those things, so I'm not sure. I'll just try to squeeze them on them, get them to work. I got more shrink wrap to put over top of even this situation, so it holds them together. But we're going to test it out first, make sure everything's lighting up back there and everything else. Usually there's a bag here that kind of blocks water from hitting it. Deception of this fender kind of ends right where this is, so I'm going to try to make it so it's, more behind the fender, or maybe just outside like here, so it's less likely to get water on it. Other than that, I'm just going to make it so these connect and work with that. Okay, so they're connected by hand. Shrink wrap will probably keep them from coming apart regardless. So the easiest way is kind of just do a test ride and see if it lights up. Does it matter if they touch? Not really, but we'll see. Okay, so we're out and about in the neighborhood. Headlight still seems pretty bright. Let's see where that tail is going. Oh, pretty bright. They're both pretty bright. Huh. So we're going to bring it down to a little bit more darkness. Right past that light, this nice dark line. Stay with. Does stay with. Stays with for a couple of seconds there. Actually, they both stay lit. That's interesting. Usually the other one goes out right away. So it has more capacitance, I guess. Run the tail light. But that gives you an idea of how bright it is. The headlight stays on, like so. But yeah. Here's the full beam when you're moving. I'd say that the tail light addition is a pretty good success. I'll just ride back into the house. Okay, so we're back inside. It's still glowing. I really like this stays glowing. It must have a pretty nice capacitor or something in there to keep it. Just spilled something. And that stays on too for a little while. It's like a standard light, and then when it's moving, it's, you know, brighter. That's just like a standalone. So that standalone light stays on for a while. This didn't seem like it shorted out, but that's how I can discharge the capacitors, just shorten out that connection. But I guess I'll, in my array of shrink wrap and cut in pieces, I'll just cut some long pieces of this thicker shrink wrap, stick it over top of them. Maybe just leave where it is, or maybe I'll, you know, zip tie it here or something. We got to aim at it. I don't really want the wires to be right next to this, because this is where all the water is coming out, and that's the thing that I'm going to be trying to figure out. Yeah, but I have to say the rear tail light works really well with this light, and as a full system, it just stays lit for like, I don't know how many minutes it's been. I took my jacket off, walked in here, I stopped moving the bike until this video, and that was about 1:30. So it stays on for a good couple of minutes by the looks of it, and whenever they turn off, I'll show you. So I guess it's been what, 2 exact minutes. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it like this, just hang it like that. It's already held there, and it's already held there, so I think I'd rather have a place to go than worry about it. But I'd say it's shrink wrapped and ready. I just wish this could focus on it. It doesn't really want to focus on it, but maybe when I'm outside tomorrow, I'll focus on it. Or something. Or I don't know. I think this is the end of the video. So yeah, we got a tail light. I tested it earlier. I just spin the wheel right now, which is kind of hard to do and hold the phone. So we will just spin the wheel, and I'll try to get the light to go on. Okay, so I just spun it around a little bit, and yeah, it still works. And they both just stay on like that. So that's pretty nice. So anyway, I guess this is Carl, that BMX guy, and thanks for watching me put a tail light on my 125R touring bike that's now been turned into. It was originally a road system, now it's a touring bike. Its next interesting upgrades will be very soon.